What's going on, YouTubers? Big Philly with Poor Boys RC. Today I've got a really cool product. Wheel adapters for the Tamiya CW-01 chassis, aka the Midnight Pumpkin, Tamiya Lunchbox, Mitsubishi Montero Wheelie, and so many others that use this platform. This will allow your CW-01 chassis to run 12mm hex wheels, which is pretty cool. I love the Midnight Pumpkin. This is my first ever hobby grade RC, but it does have an unusual rim size. It's a 2-inch rim, 2.0, even not 2.2 like so many others are. On top of that, we got the fact that it's only 2-wheel drive, and in the rear you've got these little hubs. In the front it just sits on an open spindle, I guess you'd call it. There's a lot of limitations when it comes to wheel and tire choices, because obviously you can stretch. If it was a 2.2 wheel, you could stretch a 2-inch tire over top. But the opposite rule does not apply, does it? So here we have a 2-inch wheel, and 2.2 being the more common size really limits the tire choices you have with this chassis. So these guys here take this chassis and the tires and wheels to the modern generation where everything's on a 12mm hex. Not everything, but it seems like most things are on a 12mm hex, and allows you to use modern tire and wheel combinations, which is pretty rad. Thanks for hanging out. Hobby marking. I love these names. They don't even make any sense half the time. Anyway, I guess you can find them on Amazon there. Amazon search hobby marking. Let's get her cracked open there, bud. So we've got 2 for the front right here, which we'll put some bearings in, and 2 for the rear. Construction quality feels decent. Super lightweight. They've got a nice little logo on there. Option number 1, 12mm. Comes equipped with the choice decal kit, option number 1. Get this bag sliced open and see what we got in here. These ones here are going to be used for the front axle, so pretty simple. Big bearing in there, small bearing in there. The rears, I can see there's a threaded hole right here and a grub screw, which is designed to hold this little pin in place once you have it there. Also comes with these little shims, and I'm not sure if these are for the front wheels or the rear. Probably the front. I think the front typically had the shims in it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but not a very complicated design. Super, super simple. No instructions included. I don't really think you need them, other than those shims. So your CW-01 chassis probably looks something like this. Maybe not the aluminum hub in the rear, but you've probably got a plastic hub back there, and you've got this front upright here. Now, pretty simple. This little cat right here. Actually, I'm going to put the shim on. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to go on. That's a good fit. And then as far as the rear goes, I'm gonna grab this cat here, put them on. This is a 1.5mm grub screw, so you will need a metric driver set. Now that installation was pretty simple. I gotta say, they look pretty nice, don't they? Check that out. Oh yeah. So, I got a set of wheels here, guys. Wheels and tires, just kind of cheap eBay crawler wheels and tires, which I wouldn't normally use on this truck. And to be honest, I'm not going to run these. I'm just putting these on for illustrative purposes only to see how these fit. Actually, they look kind of cool. Pretty skinny. They actually look kind of neat. But here, let's get a bit of a lower angle of the dangle here so you can see the pumpkin a bit better. There we go. That's way better. That actually looks pretty rad if you ask me. Let's flip over to the stock side. Yeah, that also looks rad. We're talking about these things right now. So, you know, how simple was that, guys? Pretty freaking simple. Let's see how that bearing works. So don't over tighten the front one. It can be over tightened, so be cognizant of that fact when you're putting these things together, that you don't want to over tighten it. There we go. And the rear spins beautifully. So a super cheap, super simple mod to bring your Midnight Pumpkin, Tamiya Lunchbox, CW-01 chassis. I bet these would work great on a Grasshopper, Hornet. Basically, they're all using the exact same parts anyway. If you've never driven a CW-01 chassis, please do. They are so much fun. They wheelie for days. The back end bounces everywhere. The front suspension totally sucks. You'll never have more fun with RC. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. It would really mean a lot to me if you did. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. And as always, be excellent to each other.